Yeah, I think no matter what, the jobs are still going to be there. Yes, some jobs will get displaced, but then I think people will be retrained and reallocated to other things. And I think the beauty of this, it really is a partnership. That might sound a little funny, but it is really a partnership between the technology and its capabilities and humans. And I think guardrails are important. It's important to have that governance and structure and constructure too, and make sure that going forward, it continues to work in tandem, because it's a learning process. That's what AI is all about, is test and learn, get smarter, get better, have better content at the end of the day. Yeah, I think I'll use our example, actually. We've got a pretty good center of excellence around AI built, looking at a number of different use cases. I think for us, it's really around the governance framework that you have in place, ensuring that the content and the data is accurate, or at least can be validated as somewhat accurate. And then how does it apply to specific use cases that make sense for us, but more importantly for our clients and customers. I think when you think about cloud adoption, there are different paces in which people are going. Some of the legacy players are taking a little bit longer because they have more to change. Some of the newer players who don't have that legacy, they can start a little bit fresher. But I think when you think about cloud and regulatory and compliance issues, that's going to evolve as well, because right now a lot of people are trying to keep it in country or at least in region. But I think as you look at cloud strategy, the structure and infrastructure will vary between on-premise, in certain markets, or at a regional level. I think the thing too is that cloud has probably fulfilled some of its promises, but not all of them. The cost point, everyone thought it was going to be a lot cheaper, a lot faster, which it is. But actually what's happening now is this hybrid model, I think, is really settling in for especially legacy and older players who are trying to strike that balance between trying to get to the future quickly, but at the same time making sure they don't disrupt their service and the capabilities they have. And so we really believe the hybrid model, we're going at the pace of our clients. We're ready. We're trying to align our strategy with theirs. But we do believe the reality is there will be a hybrid model in place for a number of years. What's it really mean for the consumer? Because at the end of the day, obviously the banks want to get more efficient, they want to be more accurate, they want to make sure speed to market and speed to communication are all there. But at the end of the day, what does it mean for the consumer? And they want it to be easy, they want it to be seamless, and they want it to be safe. And I think because of that, you'll see banks that keep things in-house on-premise. They'll be on-premise but in the cloud, and then they'll also use the public cloud. And I think right now a lot of institutions are deciding what levels of data, volume of data, and the type data they want in each one of those segments. And I think that's the interesting thing, because some banks have one view, other financial institutions have others. And that's why we think this hybrid model will really drive the market for at least the next few years. Well, I think right now a lot of it really is about compliance and risk. It doesn't always sound sexy, but actually it's at the heart of a lot of the payments infrastructure. And so I think continuing to be compliant with not only local regulation, but regional regulation, and making sure you've got the risk protocols in place and infrastructure in place are key. And so for us, we sit on a lot of accounts. We control a lot of transaction flows and authorization flows. And that really is what banks want from processors like us, is protecting their data and making sure information that we hold can be scored correctly to make sure they can decision accurate transactions for their customers.